Howdy, my friends. This week on Guitar Gate, we are learning House as a Rising Sun as a community. So after I make this video, and check this out, I'm going to make the teleport track and make a lesson video, and those links are in the description. So I'm checking out Eric Burdon doing it with his band in 1976. I learned this song. It's one of the first songs I ever learned. I sort of remember it. Lots of cool stuff in here, but I don't think I've ever seen him do it live or the band do it live. I know it's not the original members of the Animals and all that, but let's hit the button and let's enjoy. Look at that hat. How very Angus Young of him.
Here's a little ditty by the title of House of the Rising Sun.
Jazzy version. Yeah, check the tuning, why don't you? Those walk downs are great. Look at him strut on there. Okay, real quick before we hear the voice. Did not expect that jazzy kind of intro. It's still the same basic chord structure I remember, which is wild, by the way. A minor to C major to D major to F. Not in key. A minor, E, back to A minor. Why did I say not in key? So A minor is the same key as C major, okay? But it does this walk up to D, and immediately when we see two major chords a whole step apart, C and G, C and D, that immediately implies a 4-chord and a 5-chord, which means we're in the key of G, or A Dorian if A minor is our tonal center, right? But when we get the F chord, it's like, oh, okay, no. This is clearly a different thing, okay? And then when we get the E7, we're like, okay, that is a functioning dominant 5 chord. So our ear is firmly in A minor, but we're borrowing a little bit, okay? Remember, the purpose of the dominant chord is to pull back to 1. So this little move of E7, this, right, the major third in E, its purpose is to pull back up a leading tone, half step, back up to A, your tonal center. So there's some cool stuff happening in here, and the keyboard player was doing some walk downs that I did not expect, but this is an 8-minute video. We're going to keep going.
There is a house way down in New Orleans.
Listen to that voice.
They call their rising sun.
Always love that jump.
And it's been the run of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. Yeah.
Hear that swing coming in?
Man.
hear that guitar run? Listen to that. This is the craziest performance. Okay. There's so much to talk about in here. I'm going to focus on the rhythm for a sec. Okay. So, this is a 6/8 kind of ballad, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, you got two mid-range instruments. You got the keyboard and the guitar, right? The bass is doing the low end, and so you kind of have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? And then you're going to have one counting it out. Like you're on the hi-hat or the ride, right? Like. Right? That's your basic vibe. So when you hear the keyboard and the drummer really adding these, that New Orleans thing, right? Those syncopated rhythms. I mean, I adore them at the absolute bottom of my soul. Okay? It's not something that I really count. You just kind of feel it, right? It's like. Right? You just, the trick to it is constantly feeling that dun 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 ga dun dun ga dun dun ga dun dun. But underneath all of that, in the silence, is the so it's not the, it's and when you hear that in your brain, underneath that when that's what you're feeling, you can just choose to pick one of those accents, and that's what you're seeing the drummer and the keyboard player really play off each other on. Let's keep the video going, but like to me, the rhythm is really the standout here. Love that phrasing. What was that? What was that? Yes. Okay, there's just so much to talk about in here. Okay. They're all hearing those subdivisions we just spoke about. But when one of them goes to take a lead, the others have to settle down into a pocket. So you're hearing the keyboard player pull back, play light percussion matching the drums. As soon as his solo's over, you hear the keyboard change the sound of the keyboard to like the organ. It creates more floatiness, and they're going to switch. But what I really like about this guitar player, and forgive me, I don't know your name, the mix of these lead lines and these little percussive attacks, the phrasing is tremendous here and completely different than a way that I would play. Let's break down a little bit. Love the cue for the drums. Love this little double time. Okay, so again, we're thinking A minor so far. Root, second, flat 3, 4, 5, and then this little bending the 4 to the 5, but pedal tone off that G. So it's following the melody straight up, and the melody, it is the same thing, right? It's A minor pentatonic, ending on that E when we get to the E. And then my favorite part about the melody, for all you people, learn the melody to every song that you learn, is this little, when it comes back again, is that oh Lord, I know I'm one, or whatever it is. Hammers that leading tone that we talked about in the beginning. But let's see what the guitar player does a little bit more. Woo! Now, I'm not getting it note for note. I'm hearing a bend. Sounds like it's still minor, so it's flat 3 to 4. You know this? And then I'm hearing, and I'm hearing, and on that C, that flat. So I got, right? That ending on that E, that. I want to get to this part where he gets real rhythmic. Yeah, this. Right? You hear that difference in attack? It's like, okay, we're doing this legato thing, and then it's. He's playing a drum. He's hearing the subdivisions, right? He's accentuating all the like you were a drummer. Listen to incredible phrasing. Love that. That. What a great run. It's a 2-octave run that something in there where it goes up to the high A all the way down to a C 2 octave below. You know, I'm waiting for him. He's up here on the root. I'm waiting for this. Going up. Bending up. I forgot about that. Just a ridiculous solo. I was waiting for that G sharp. It didn't arrive. It doesn't matter. The vibe is there. The underlying commitment to the rhythm and playing off the drummer and the keyboard is totally what stands out. It's so easy to just riff as a guitar player, and I would implore you to take from this that yes, A minor, yes, following your ear for the notes, you know, trying to mimic the melody, you know, that, right, you know, that, do that, but then also that, hearing that, hearing all of that, and try to think like a drum sometimes, like, when do I come in instead of what do I play? Like, he did it in the intro too. What is that? So he's got this descending line that goes from A minor to E major over and over again. So it's like this you know. Yeah, it's like. All I'm doing, and I don't know if this is exactly what he's playing, but I'm thinking rhythm first. What's the vibe? And how many movements do I have? I'm hearing like 4. So I'm thinking, gonna descend, think like a keyboard player, stay on the same string sets. I'm choosing, I don't know if this is what he's doing, but I'm choosing the 4th and 3rd string. And I'm playing the minor 3rd and the 5th of A minor, right? So going down, okay? Playing B and D, which is the 5th and flat 7 of E major, of E7, right? So A minor, E. Down a whole step. A minor, root and flat 3. Half step, same shape, now becomes 3rd and 5th of E. Right? So I'm trying to find a descending line that fits the cadence and I can mimic the rhythm. Very cool. Don't know if that's exactly what he's doing. It's a pretty educated guess, though. And the bass follows it. Nice rake. Bring it down. Let him preach. Let him preach. Walk up to the mic slow.
Oh, mother,
So low.
tell your baby children.
That jump is so gnarly. I've always loved it. This. It's ridiculous. 2 octaves, you know, this A, go into this A, go into this A. Right? And just nailing it. God, what a voice. Love it. Love the tenacity and the commitment, too. Like, that's just amazing. Tell him.
Life full of sin and misery. Oh, Lord, there's so much
Here coming in.
misery. I'm going back to New Orleans, yeah.
Letting the drums take it.
It's almost
Slowly bringing it up together.
I'm going back to end my life in a house they call the rising sun. Yeah.
Love this. Okay, so now he's adding in octave parts, descending to match to come up with a simple 1 note at a time descending melody to match the chords. He misses the 1 and fixes it in real time. Listen.
They call the rising sun. Yeah.
Yeah, see now this is a tricky one. Check this out. In your brain, we talked about the keys being different, right? That was the first part of the video. In your brain, you're thinking A minor pentatonic. I'm going to start on A. It's the root of A. I'm going to go to G, right? And then I'm going to go down. So G is the 5th of C. I'm going to go down to F sharp, which is the 3rd of D. And I'm thinking if I'm staying in one key, of course it's going to go. But it doesn't. There's an F in there. So the melody is this chromatic. And then you hear that? So, root of A, fifth of C, third of D, root of F, root of E, fifth of A, third of E, fifth of A. That right there is your melody lesson. Take it to the bank, okay? How do you make sense of chord changes that change key? You make a simple one-note melody that ascends or descends that goes chord tone to chord tone. Nothing else to figure out, okay? He missed this F, went to E, heard it, and immediately jumped back up. Listen. Now he's ascending, right? What did I just say? So ascending or descending, single note at a time, following chord tones. So now the guitar player. Root. Root of C. Root of D. Root of F, following roots. Root of E. Hear that in the back?
Yes, I am. Yeah. You better believe I know.
Flowing. Yeah. Okay. Why is he shaking his head like this? Watch the guitar player. My man. Okay. What happened? Freefall. The band, got into the state which is every now and again in your life, on stage, in studio, with your buddies, whatever. You get into that place where there's no space and time, and you're in freefall, and you're weightless. They got to it 7.5 minutes in, okay? He starts playing off the drums and the keys, but mostly the vocals in real time. You can tell it's pure listening on the part of everyone. Then they have to get out of it. They have to end the song, right? They know they're floating. Everybody's having a great time, but it's starting to evaporate. The drummer slows it down. The guitar player is still in solo land, but knows he's got to land it, comes in and out of it, commits to staying up top, doesn't want to come down here and flub the bottom with a big muddy mess, okay? Stays up top and has to just land the plane really gently, but not changing kind of where he is on the neck, right? Gets to the bottom of it. Whew. I love playing music, but that was a close one. But also glad we recorded it. Magic. Watch it again through that lens now. Hear how they're both right? And he's doing the, right? Sometimes he's ascending and then descending, but then the drummer's gonna start to slow it down once they realize they're pulling out of this weightless moment. They gotta land the plane. See, the drummer's looking around. Right there. He's looking back and forth at everybody. He's like, you with me, you with me, you with me? Looks at the guitar player. You see him pause in the air, and he's like, okay, we're going to commit to the slowdown. I'm going to be the one that lands the plane. Watch it. Guitar player still keeps with it. Starts repeating the motif. Still staying with the vocals to do that back and forth. Drummer and keys slow it down. Yeah, and now he's like saying, I see the tarmac. I see it. Coming in with one single solid low note of the 5 chord. Baby, I'm ready. Finish up top again. Put a bow on it. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, my friends, if you dig the vibe here, please hit subscribe. Learn the melody to your songs. It's what makes these harmonies that change key, like it really shows you how to connect them, right? So much gold in here. The number one thing is the rhythm. It's in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it's really right? It's all of that. If you feel that in your soul, then you can come in and make all those parts, accentuate with the snare drum and the keyboard player and figure out all those things. And even when you're taking a lead, you can choose to right? You can choose to do all of that. So that's what I implore you to focus on. Again, for all of you out there that are GuitarGate members, there will be a link in the description for you to download the teleport track so you can assemble these parts, hear them come out of your amp, and jam with us as a community. But then also watch the video where I show you how to assemble these as well. That's it, my friends. Please let me know what you think in the comments. And I love you all. And keep that guitar in your hands. Cheers.